Good morning, good morning, good morning, you lovely lot. It's just gone 11, I think. So the situation is we're now on day 3 without water. Oxford had a huge burst main or road collapse or something. I'm not entirely sure what caused it, but that caused absolute chaos on the roads in Oxford. Huge flooding over the roundabouts and various other things, and emptied at least 1 reservoir, but I'm now hearing talk of 3 reservoirs. So it's been a huge water situation. And the houses locally to Oxford were kind of affected, and then it started to slowly spread out across the counties to those houses obviously further down. It started off with low pressure and then no water. They fixed things, and then there's been other problems further down. I suspect that this particular problem had been lurking for a while, finally went, and then when they fixed it with brand new parts, the water pressure's increased and blown other sections of the pipe which may have not been under so much stress when there was a slight leak at the original spot. It's just my logic thinking behind it. I don't know if that is the case. But it's now spread to, well, we've been without water for 3 days now. It went 3 o'clock-ish on, or lunchtime actually, on Tuesday. We had a small amount of water to fill up the system in the night, or at least it trickled, I don't know, but I woke up yesterday morning to a full water cistern for the toilet, but when I flushed it, it didn't refill. So we had a little bit of a trickle yesterday afternoon, but again, nothing full. Now work has got water, and you'll have seen that in my vlogs, so they must be on a completely different pipe or something, I don't know. The school yesterday was shut for the little ones, and then throughout the day various other schools shut. Our school in the village did open because they had a big delivery of water bottles, 2 big crates full of water bottles. What was left at the end of the day they've given out to the rest of the village because they have an inset day, which is a teacher training day, set up for today. So they knew they weren't going to have children in today. So we managed to have hot water, which we filled up a shallow bath last night, which we all used. We've then used that water for flushing away anything that's needed to be flushed away in the toilet since. We're kind of going with the, if it's yellow, let it mellow, if it's brown, flush it down approach to save water. You know what I mean. So that's the approach we've taken with that. We are using what's left in the hot water tank to brush our teeth and to wipe cups down and what have you. But obviously we don't want to use all of that up because we might still need to have that for washing tonight as well. So that hot water tank is kind of the only running water we've got. So the laundry's piling up. We've managed to wash dishes, being very frugal with water and just not doing a huge, great big cook off. And there's only 3 of us in the house, so it does make it more manageable. But Lee and I are off to Asda now to grab something for lunch, which then requires us not having to cook, so probably a sandwich or something. That means we don't have to use any cutlery or bits here. And we'll probably see if they're still dishing out water, and we'll grab some more water while we're there, because the Thames Water people are setting up collection points, and you can collect bottles of water for free, so that we're not without. So that is our situation, but it does mean I can't wash the floors this morning. I can't clean the bathroom this morning, and I can't do the laundry, which are all the things I had planned on doing. Here's Salem with her poorly side. She doesn't seem bothered by it though, does she, Lee?
No.
So that's her wound area. On her foot she has a little bit where they've put a drip into her. Lee has an unexpected day off.
Have no water. Can't
There's
go
no
to
water
work.
work.
Can't wash my hands.
Can't go to the toilet.
Can't go to the toilet.
No, can't actually fill up the tanks with water to make the gel bags that you make.
No.
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 Not happening. So
Not happening.
you were told to stay at home.
Yeah.
So
Woo-hoo, day off.
if we must. We've got our water, and while we're here we're going to get our food shop from Asda. mine and Lee's lunch from the reduced section. Smoked, oh they look quite good. Smoked paprika fries. They could go in the freezer, couldn't they? Could have those in the week then. What about those, do you think?
Well, yeah.
Mini jacket potatoes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get, this is multi-buy, 3 for £4.25. Get 3 bags. We are back. It's just gone 1 o'clock. I'm eating not all of the big pallet of fruit, but it's the sweet and juicy fruit platter, which was £3 something, I think, in Asda. Yum. Lee's gone to buy fuel. He didn't want to get it from Asda. He's been putting in some of this slightly more expensive fuel, and he says it's actually more economical. So, yeah, just milling about. I'm going to use the last of the bath water. There's not a lot left in there to wash the bathroom, and then I know I've cleaned the bathroom. At some point I need to go up into my loft, look through the Halloween box or boxes and see what I can take over for work, and I need to go through my autumn boxes because Heather would like to purchase some stuff from me if I'm selling it, because she's bored of the stuff that she's got for work. She's like, have you looked through your stuff yet? Kenzie has gone off with 3 new friends from the 6th form he's at. Not local kids. These kids have come in from previous schools, but for 6th form they've come to his school. And he's made 3 really lovely friends. Well, a nice group of friends, but these particular 3 that he's with today seem really lovely, very polite. One of the mums is taking them to Thorpe Park, and then I'm picking them all up later. Probably about 9 o'clock-ish, I think I'm picking them up. So they've had a great time. They've got this Fright Night thing on for Halloween. So, yeah, he should be exhausted when he gets home. So nice to see him stepping out of his comfort zone and doing more of these things that he would never have done before. Yeah, he seems to be doing quite well at pushing his boundaries a little bit, which is fantastic. Brendan's got his driving test. I don't know if I've said this. He's got his driving test in 25 minutes. So I'm kind of going to be on tenterhooks. He says he doesn't expect to pass, but he says it's all practice. So we'll just see what happens. What else do I need to tell you? Apparently the water supply is meant to be on by late afternoon, but it was also supposed to be on by this morning, and it was supposed to be on by yesterday afternoon, and it was supposed to be on by yesterday morning. So I'm not holding my breath. As you've seen, we have a stock of water now. That'll keep us going for a while. Anyway, it's turning into a bit of a mukbang, isn't it? Okay, I need to go in the loft and look for these Halloween things. We've had an idea. We've filled up at Emma's big bottles of water that I use for cleaning out the fish. We filled them up with water from hers because they have water still. And we're going to fill up the water tank in the loft, which will hopefully then feed down into the hot water tank. Fill up the hot water tank, and then we've got some hot water. We've just got to get these big heavy things into the loft. Right, you ready, love?
Yeah. Should we do one at a time?
Yes, please. I'm not going to be able to do more than one at a time. Oh. As long as you can get it to my hand, I can wipe it through. Thanks.
Got it.
Right, next one, please. Thank you. And to make the whole thing even less pleasant, there's a dead rat up here somewhere. I can smell it, but I don't know where it is. Well, while we're dealing with this, we may as well deal with all of the scale. We're in a very hard water area, and there's an awful lot of scale up here that has formed. So Lee's going to go and get a pot and a spoon, and I'm going to scrape it all out. in here with me. We are having burgers for dinner. What we do?
We are.
We wanted something that was going to be as least messy as possible. There's tweezers there if you want them.
That's my fan blocking up.
Oh. Yeah, as least messy as possible, because of the water situations. We don't want to do a lot of washing up. We just got to leave that stuff soaking and take out the bottom tin foil of that, and then wash a couple of plates really, and we're done. Put some burger sauce on that. Thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
Lee is the chef tonight. Future editing me from Saturday. So we finally got water back last night at about 10ish, 9:30, 10. So yes, we were the whole day without water. There's still problems on the line, but at the moment we have water, but we also have a lot of supplies should it go off again. And Kenzie had an amazing time at Thorpe Park with his friends. I picked them up at about 9:30, I think they came out, and dropped them all off at home, and then yeah, we were sort of settled down for the evening at about 10:30, I think we got in. So that was really good, had a great time, loved every minute of it, and used a Merlin ride access pass, which meant he didn't have to queue, because he's neurodiverse with the ASD and what have you. I applied for this pass and it's worked really well, and he's got it until 2024. I think he has to reapply for it, so that's really good, and it was free. So yeah, really impressed with that system. And Brendan did not pass his driving test. He said he did much better than he thought he would, and he failed on one little thing, which was the sat nav in the driving instructor's car was not updated, and a 30 zone had turned to a 20 zone. He missed the 20 sign on the road and followed what the sat nav said, so was doing 30 and a 20, which was an instant fail. But everything else was absolutely fine, so he said he did much better than he was expecting to do. He said the night before he didn't expect to pass. So yeah, really impressed with that. So fingers crossed he'll put in straight again for another test, and that will be the one that gets him mobile and on the road. Oh, scary moment. I know, all us parents go through it, don't we? But it's a rite of passage, and I'm really proud of him. He's doing so well. Right, I'll do the end because I forgot to do that as well. Thank you very much for watching, you lovely lot, and I will see you all in tomorrow's vlog, which is the vlog that I'm doing today.